In this video, I'm going to show you how to start and scale a home health therapy company from zero to over $100,000 a month. And I'll start by walking you through the road to my company's first $1 million and then go over the 3 stages I went through to level up to over $100,000 months, stop personally treating patients, decrease my daily personal admin time, and eventually sell my company. Now, to give you an idea how quickly these companies can scale, my company brought in its first $1 million within just 3 years of forming, and it quickly scaled past $100,000 months. This is what it looked like for my company. Our first year, which was only about 8 months, we made just under $97,000. The second year, we made a little over $344,000. Our third year, we made a little over $808,000. And our fourth year, we made over $1.1 million. Now, to start and scale these businesses past $100,000 per month, there's just 3 stages that you'll go through, so let's kind of hop into those now. I do create these YouTube videos for free because my mission is to help 100,000 therapists reach financial freedom through home health. So if that's your goal, or if you want to support my mission, click that subscribe button so you'll see my future videos. Now, let's hop in here. Stage 1. The goal of stage 1 is to have your schedule completely slam full to the point that you need to turn down patients and money if you don't start hiring. Now, you form the company, but you have 0 patients on your schedule. The most important thing you do in stage 1 is to contract the right agencies. And what I mean by the right agencies are ones that actually have a lot of patients in the areas that you want to go. Most therapists fail in this stage because typically what they do is they go on Google or they go on Indeed, they type in home health agencies in my city, they start at the top of the list and they go down the list. The problem with this strategy is you know nothing about those companies. So often they're like, yeah, John, we'd love to set up a contract with you. But then you do the interview, you turn in your credentials, you do an orientation, you learn their EMR, maybe you do a ride along for a day, and then you're 3 weeks in before you ever get a referral, or they try to send you to a patient like 2 hours away. So without being able to find the right agencies, you're gonna fail and get stuck at stage 1. Now, if all you do is contract with the right agencies, you can make over $100,000. Now, if you've mastered stage 1, you likely are making more money than ever before in your life. But if you don't advance to stage 2, you'll become a slave to seeing patients all day, every day, because at this stage, if you don't see patients, you don't make money. So that brings us to stage 2. And the goal of stage 2 is to quickly increase the number of referrals your company receives and the number of therapists it has to see them. So stage 2 offers you the opportunity to decrease personally seeing patients if you want. And you enter stage 2 when your personal schedule is full and you're having to turn down referrals. Now, most people get distracted at this stage and they're doing the totally wrong things. To quickly scale to $20, $30, $40, or even $50,000 a month, you don't need a website, fancy marketing materials, brochures. Okay, you don't need to drop doctors' donuts. You don't need to post on social media. You don't need to do TikTok dances. And to be clear, I don't think you ever should be doing TikTok dances, but that's just my personal opinion here, all right? What you do need is just 2 things. You need to focus on recruiting and sales. You need recruiting strategies to attract therapists, to get them to apply, to interview, to onboard, and to stay. And that's the piece that so many companies forget, is the retention piece. They'll hire a person leaves. Hire 2 people leave. And that's why their company gets stuck and they can't grow, because they have too much churn or therapists leaving. So you need to also focus on retention. Now, on the sales side, you need a repeatable sales framework that signs the right agencies, onboards them, and actually gets them to send you their patients, all right? It's one thing to get the contract signed, it's a completely different thing to actually have that agency send you patients. Now, if you master stage 2, you can scale to $100,000 months, but your life will be horrible. So I don't recommend it, all right? I had a client, he came to me, he was doing about $1 million a year, but he hadn't progressed to the skills of stage 3. He was still really running around all day, seeing patients with his head chopped off, putting out fires, and it was a pretty stressful environment to be part of. He actually said that his company was held together by duct tape. So when he became a client, the first thing we did was we advanced him to stage 3, which I typically recommend after you're doing about $20,000 a month. So stage 3, the goal of stage 3 is to continue to scale the business without you, all right? This is done through hiring administrative team members and leveraging technology. This is the only way to scale past $100,000 months without absolutely hating your life. It's the only way to stop seeing patients and also remove yourself from the business day-to-day operations, which allows you to go on vacations without being on your phone all day or fearing that the company collapses while you're nervously sipping a Mai Tai in Hawaii. Now, recruiting admin team members is a totally different game, all right? I use personality tests. I have KPIs that I know they should be hitting. I have standard operating procedures done before I bring them on, okay? This has to be completed before so that when you onboard them, you have this to give to them and it's already proven, all right? It's already proven and it's documented, all right? Stage 3 is also where we leverage technology to automate things, to make things faster, to stay in front of the agencies and the therapists and the prospect agencies and prospect therapists, to send out reminders, to do all these things that otherwise you have to do manually. And if you have to do it manually, the truth is you probably forget to do a lot of them, or it's certainly not done in that perfect time. And there is a perfect time for each of those things to happen. Now, in stage 3 is when we do need to start having some of those things I mentioned you don't need in stage 2, okay? You need the website, you need the marketing materials, you need the softwares, all right? Still no TikTok dances, please, all right? But you do need these other things. And one last thing about stage 3 is if you do plan to one day sell your company, nobody will be interested in buying it if you are still doing all the operations, all right? If everything is still up here, you don't have staff and technology doing all these tasks and it really relies on you, which they call the key man, nobody's gonna be interested in buying that business because if you go bye-bye, so does the business, all right? Now, if you are a therapist looking for support with how to form a company, find the right agencies, getting access to contracts, recruiting, sales scripts, or you just want to work with me to scale to 10, 20, 50, or $100,000 months, there's a link in the description to sign up for a 100% free strategy session where I'll walk you through what it would look like to work together. And if you learned something today and you got something out of this video, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube so that you see future videos when I put them out.